Let's do this. Hey, what's up, everybody? TJBA. So we're gonna not do that. Hey, what's up, everybody? TJBHCLP here. I'm a pastor in Wyoming, and I make videos about the Bible, Bibles, tools and resources to help you grow in your life with Christ, your walk with Christ, as well as daily videos of myself and what my life looks like as a bivocational pastor. So I'm actually currently up in Casper, Wyoming, at a training called Peer Specialist Training. Really cool training. Probably talk about the takeaways from that. I'm sorry content has not flowed as freely as it normally does. I've been extremely busy with the transition of bivocational life. It's been weird, but today I want to do one of those videos that talks about my everyday life. And that is, so recently I'll post a little thing up here somewhere. We did a video about my EDC, what I carry on my body every single day. And I was in my car, that was fun. But I want to do, while I'm here, I have my EDC backpack. This is the backpack that I take with me every single day. Now, I do admittedly go between bags. So sometimes I'll do a satchel. I have a leather like messenger bag that I'll use that fits all of this really, really well. And then other times I'll use a backpack and I really like to just switch it up. For me, it breaks the monotony of carrying the same thing. Now, I do kind of want to upgrade this backpack. I'm not a huge fan of how bulky it is, but let's start with just the external right here. So on the strap, I have a bunch of paracord stuff. So these are things that the men that I work with have made me when they do their paracord projects. I throw them on my backpack. Just it's a reminder that they took the time out of their day and made me something. So I like to have that. And then we'll tackle this back pocket. So this back pocket right here is a protection pocket for when you travel. I don't really use it for the protected stuff because I have my wallet and stuff on my body. But I always have, lately, I should say, I carry this little card holder. So I used this as a wallet for a while. And it was a cool wallet, but it really made it hard to carry cash. So I have my business cards in there. So I have my BOA business cards. If you scan that code, it'll take you to our recovery podcast. And then I also have my church business cards on here. So I have my pastor ones and my pastoral care ones. I'm not going to put any of my information out from those because y'all don't need to be calling me, not that you would. And then in here I have church keys. I always have an air tag on these. I've lost one big set of church keys. I don't want to do that again, so I keep those on there. Those are the excess ones. Ones I don't always use, like to our security room, stuff like that. I then have a couple, or really my mic setup for when I use my phone. So it has two lav mics and the adapter that I plug into my phone. So I keep those in that pocket so that I always have that on me. Right now I'm currently using a Logi Mevo camera. It's one of our stream cameras for the church. And I'm using it to try to kind of figure out how it works a little better than I already do. And so I'm recording this video on it. Then I have a lighter. This is a Zippo with a torch insert. Occasionally I like a cigar. That's why I got the Cigar Aficionado one. I actually want to change this to a more normal Zippo look. But I have this because sometimes I burn strings, shoelaces, threads on clothing, that kind of stuff. So I just have a lighter back there. And then that's it for that pocket. So business cards, extra church keys, mics, and a lighter. And I know you're probably like, well, that stuff seems weird. It's just because it's easy access. Next, let's tackle from the back to the front. So this backpack has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6 zipper pockets. So let's start from the back furthest and go forward. So in the back for this pocket, which is like a laptop pocket, I have my iPad Air M1. I've been using this iPad for a little over a year now, and I rock it in an ESR keyboard case. I do want to upgrade the keyboard case. I would like to go with the Magic Keyboard, especially how much I'm using this. But this ESR case is awesome. One of the things that I love about it is that I can detach the iPad, and there goes my cheap Apple Pencil knockoff. I do use this stylus. I also may invest in either the Apple Pencil Type-C or just go full bore and go to an Apple Pencil 2nd Gen so that I can have the magnetic charging. And then there is something about an iPad that just works better with an Apple Pencil. So the main thing that I use this for, and I just updated, so I'm deleting a couple apps real quick that I don't use, like the Playground app where you can do AI pictures. I don't use that, but it is fun to mess with. I'm gonna cut this out and then delete, remove from home screen. Sorry about that. So I use my iPad mainly for speaking and preparing messages. So I use Microsoft Word a lot. So I have all my Word documents on there that are sermons. And then I've done a video in the past where I shared and showed that I put them in Apple Notes or Apple Books, and that's how I preach. So that's the main thing that I use it for. This is my laptop though. I do have a laptop that I use in my in-home setup. It's actually here in the room with me right now. But I use this more than anything because it's pretty good for everything. I can open up Logos or Logos and read commentaries as I go through scripture. I have Canva that I can edit thumbnails and edit any type of graphic that we want for the church with. I have my email on here. I have Zoom on here if need be. I have an app called Evernote. Or not Evernote, I think this is Notability. And I'll do some notes on there for if I'm prepping a funeral and taking that call, instead of putting that info in a notebook, it is right here on my iPad. So I use this for everything. I also use it for a little bit of mobile gaming, Call of Duty Warzone, Call of Duty Mobile, just some fun little gaming. Very little entertainment really happens on this, but if I want to game a little bit, I do. So I love this ESR keyboard. ESR makes some great products. Like my AirPods case is ESR, but this is an awesome keyboard. It's backlit. The buttons feel good. The mouse works really well. The trackpad. Does it work as well as a Magic case or a Magic keyboard? No, but it is awesome. It's pretty slick. It's pretty slim, and it protects my iPad really well. The other thing that I have in this back pocket is my everyday Bible. So a little while ago, I transitioned into where I wanted to use the same Bible for everything. I wanted to use the same Bible for reading, for studying, for everything. And this is what I landed on. This is the CSB Verse by Verse in the Holman Handcrafted Collection. And it is in the calf skin. I believe this is the marbled mahogany. What I love about the calf skin is that it nicks, it dings, it gets this patina to it, which I really enjoy. It shows use. This thing came really stiff and now is very floppy, but still has a good rigidity to it. One of the reasons that I kind of fell out of love with goatskin was that the goatskin got so floppy, I couldn't read it like this. Like I couldn't sit it on my lap and read it this way. So this is the Bible that I use for everything. I've been using it since, let me turn over. So in here I have some sticky notes for tabs when I preach. I use those transparent tabs for if I'm going to say something specific in the text, like define a Greek word or anything like that. And then here, I want to make sure I didn't do this. I started this Bible 8/8 of 2024. So not quite a year yet, but have done some pretty in-depth reading in it. Right now I'm reading through the book of Hosea. So enjoying that, but really have enjoyed this Bible. And this has become my everything. I use it for preaching. I use it for my personal reading. So instead of having to spread everything out, it's all in one. I could do a Bible setup video if you guys want it. I did do a video where I set this up. One of the things that I have done is taped the concordance together. If I'm going to use a concordance, I'm either going to do an online one or a Strong's. I'm not going to use that. And then I have a Bible reading tracker. So all the highlighted Bible verses in here, or Bibles, books of the Bible in here, are ones that I read. The light pink is last year, and then this is what I'm working on this year. So last year I had super heavy focus on the New Testament. This year I'm going back into the Old. So I love this Bible. Absolutely enjoy that Bible. So that's in there. I want to do another video on what the Bibles I use, which will come out soon. I will do that video. Man, all right, let's speed this up a little bit. Sorry, I have a lot of stuff in my backpack. Let's go on the outside water bottle pocket. I carry this little thing here. This came actually with a MagSafe stand that I bought, but I use it to carry my Anker power brick. This is their GAN charging super, like this charges my iPad, it charges my phone, it charges everything. It can charge my MacBook Air, the M1 MacBook Air just fine. This thing does it all. And then I have some cords. I have a cord for a flashlight I carry around from time to time. I have 2 USB-C cords specifically for this trip so that I can charge both my church phone or my work cell phone and my other devices. I'm going to put this over here, not back in the backpack because I'm going to plug everything in. But that's always on the outside of the bag. The next pocket in, I have, I call this my notebook pocket. This is where I have all of my notebooks. So I have 2 notebooks that I carry around. The first one is what I have titled this year Front Run. In the future, I think I'm just going to call them like study books or like study notes 2024 because that's easier to track in the sides of my margins. I'll do a video on how I do my note taking, but this is this year's Bible note tracker. So we're in the 3rd month of the year on the, I think it's the 11th day. I'm on page 80 in this, or 81. I started page 81 in this notebook yesterday. I need to do today's reading. I got 2 hours of sleep last night, so that's kind of why I'm a little spazzy, short sleep. So what I do is I read, I highlight, and then I put the verses that I highlight and then write down my thoughts on those. Some notes are far more in depth than others. Some books have more notes. So far in this one, we have finished Proverbs, we've done Ecclesiastes, and now we're into Hosea. I thought I did Jonah. I think I did Jonah. I think I forgot to put it in the table of contents. Actually, I guarantee you I did Jonah, now that I think about it. Let me flip over here just to make sure I'm not lying to you and myself. Yep, Jonah. Okay, so I need to put Jonah in here, and at the front here, so I titled it Front Run. Front Run's also on the front, and then on the front here, I made a table of contents because this didn't have it. That's the only thing this notebook really is missing is a table of contents. But this is this year's. I've put some stickers on there. I use a silver gel pen and write on there. Eventually, Front Run 2024, or I'll probably put Study Notes 2024. I may blare through that notebook and have to start a new one. In fact, I hope I do, because that means I'm in my word. The second notebook that I use is actually a leather cover that has 3 of these little A5 inserts in it. And I need to go to Walmart here because I need another one of these inserts so that I can do my sermon for this week. This one is full. And I totally forgot to grab a different one before I left. But I have my sermons and lessons in here, as well as funerals. I have prayers and thoughts, so that's kind of a journaling section that I use. And then this one is anything for like my work stuff. So let's see here. What do I got? So like this is from ministry training. When we did our quarter 1 ministry training, here are some of the notes that I took. So I use this one for a lot. Here's what I found. This notebook is great because I can store these really easily. It's thin. And when you pull it out in a meeting to take notes for like work or whatever, it looks pretty fancy, as well as it's patinaed really well. I started this and used this system when I first started as lead pastor. I fell away from it and then have come back. I would love to go to digital note taking, but I always find myself coming back to paper. Then I have the book that I'm reading, and that book normally has a little field notes in it. And within this field notes, I write takeaways from that book in a little notebook just to always have with that one. Right now, I am reading Emotionally Healthy Spirituality by Peter Scazzero, I think is his name. And I am struggling to get through it because it is dense, but I'm 111 pages in. I got this when I first started working with VOA. It has taken me a long time to read, but I'm telling you, if you grew up in a place where you felt like you had to sacrifice everything, really, I say on the idol of ministry or on the altar of ministry, check out this book and what it means to be emotionally healthy inside of our relationship with Christ. It's a great book. I think that's it for that pocket. Now we're cooking. I tell you what, we're going to get through this stuff. Inside of the third pocket, I call this the admin pocket. It's where I keep all my admin stuff. So there's two little pockets up top. I carry a little magnetic bookmark, which really needs to go back in that other notebook, that leather one. And then I have a MagSafe power bank. This thing will take my phone from 0 to almost full, and it sits on the back of my phone. I don't have to, now I know it seems overkill. You have a power brick and you have this. Well, I also have my iPad. I have a couple other things that need to be charged. But when I just need to charge my phone quick and need some juice to be on the run where I'm not going to be sitting at a desk or by an outlet in a coffee shop, I plug this thing in and I'm telling you, it is awesome. Anchor just kills the power game. And so that's great. I love MagSafe accessories. I think they're great. I always have a microfiber cloth for my glasses, for screens, for that kind of stuff. I normally have cleaning wipes in my bags. I don't right now. I'm out. I need to restock. Should have restocked before the trip. And then I have a pen. This is just a Pilot G2 .38. These are really hard to find for me. I can't find them. I think I have to buy them online. But this is an awesome pen. It writes small. I like it. I actually got it. It's Volunteers of America branded. I got it when I started. I use that a lot for different things. Then I have my pencil case. Right now, it is this foldable pencil case. I have all my Bible highlighters in there as well as 2 fountain pens. I like to use fountain pens. I don't know if you do. I'm a pen nerd, so they're really fun to use. I have this Pilot Metropolitan that has black ink in it, a Monteverde black ink, and then this Lamy Safari has a Liberty Elysium from Noodlers, which is my favorite blue ink. And yeah, I need to get another black ink pen or another black ink because I'm running out. And then also, lastly, in this pocket is this kit. So I got this pouch during Christmas from Secret Santa at work. My Secret Santa went a little overboard, and I really wanted a pouch to make an EDC toolkit that I could always have in a bag that wasn't super big. This might be a little bigger than I wanted it, but in this thing I have another lighter, I have a X-Acto knife, a small multi-tool, some measuring tape, a knife sharpener. I have these Vice Grip Irwin pliers, these Irwin Vice Grips that are awesome, that are locking. I have a carpenter's pencil, a Sharpie. I have bit kits for my Leatherman, and I just found this ratcheting bit driver. So these are never in stock, and I was able to find one, so I picked it up. And I've wanted it the entire time that I've had my Leatherman Wave. I've wanted that, and I have it now, and it's awesome. I love it. I have I have a micro bit set. I have this ratcheting driver, some bits for that as well as an extender, and that's all in the front. And then in this back pocket, I have this little, it's a Gildman's flashlight. This is a USB-C rechargeable. I need to throw in a little USB-C, but it has a power mode, a low mode, and a super low mode. And I love this flashlight, but I don't really like the pocket clip, except I don't like how much of the light it leaves out of your pocket. So I thought, it's small, I can throw it in there. I want to leave the pocket clip on because I can clip it to my hat. So that's in here now. That was added recently. I have this big old chunky Gradius pry bar. It has a Forever pencil, or Forever pen, which is basically just a graphite pencil that's pretty cool. I don't really use it as I drop it on the ground. The only thing that I could see using this for is like measurements if you needed to real quick. It also has a 2-way ratcheting bit driver. It comes with some bits that are magnetically held in, a Phillips and a flat, your basic bits that are magnetically held in there. It has wrenches in it. It wouldn't be a multi-tool if it didn't have a bottle opener and then this pry function. I actually got this as a gift from Christmas from a friend of mine named Anthony. He hooked me up with this, And I freaking love this thing. I think it's awesome. I have put together beds with this and that other ratcheting driver. So I do use some of the bits from that bit kit in here. And then I also have, and I know this probably seems like overkill, I have this Titan driver and bit set that I found at AutoZone. So it has a 90-degree and a straight inline screwdriver and driver set. This is so small and fits in the bag great. This is great for like starting and torquing on those when you don't want to wrench out your like ratchet. So that's awesome. And then I just have a little ouchie boo boo kit for my kiddo. So it has a dude wipe in it. It has some Band-Aids, some non-aspirin. That's more for me. Some cleaning wipes. And this is also normally what those glass cleaning wipes are in. And that is my little EDC pouch. This thing has come in handy so much. Those pliers will do so much stuff. We actually put together a toilet, installed a toilet for a lady in the church using pretty much this kit when we got back. So that's in there. In the smallest front pocket, I just have, so I have another Spuds microfiber cloth. I like the Spuds ones. I have the other one in there because it's quicker to get to, and I forget that the Spuds one's in there. But then I just found these. They're called Grinds. So they're not nicotine. They're tobacco free, but they're coffee pouches. So they're a coffee pouch. I know some of you are going to think this is weird, but they're a coffee pouch. You stick it in and you get milligrams of caffeine from them. This is a New Orleans style. It's okay. I've been using them while I'm up here at this training, and now today was a bad day, but I have to drink less coffee because these really do help. So Grinds are awesome so far. And then in the side front pocket, I have a couple fun things. So I have a 8BitDo SN30 Pro Bluetooth controller. That's classic, looks like the old SNES controllers. But I use this on my iPad if I'm going to do any type of gaming, like if it's Call of Duty Warzone, if it's Warzone Mobile, if it's Call of Duty Mobile. I'm going to use this controller and just have a good old time. Or if I'm playing some Stardew Valley, I do that on my iPad too. I accidentally erased my whole build that I had been working on, so I started over. I haven't played as much, but I'll use this controller. It's just nice to have the controller in play. Right now with my wrist, it's a little hard, but I've got down on some Call of Duty Mobile in this hotel room and have torn it up. The other thing that I have that's like a, I don't know, comfort and life measure, I guess, is this. So if you've ordered one of these before, then you know what this is. But this is the 8-bit though. This is the Miyoo Mini Plus. Now mine, when I ordered it off of Amazon and it came with the case, sorry. So I always carry a extra micro SD card reader in here. The one that they sent, I still have in here, and it has the micro SD that the game came with, loaded up with the ROMs. And then I have a charging cable for it in the case. But this is the Pièce de Résistance. In the case is the Miyoo Mini Plus. So I have tossed around the idea of retro emulators for a long time, whether it be playing it on my iPad or a computer or buying a device like this. I have been yearning for the nostalgia of old classic games where it's in your hand. It's not it's not cumbersome. It's not any of that. And it's just a piece of tech in your hand. Like, I don't know if you remember playing on a Game Boy, like whether it be Pokemon or whatever. So this thing has a ton of systems on it. It has the Game Boy, Game Boy Advanced, Game Boy Color. I do have an NDS that has a Super Dodgeball game. The Nintendo DS does not work really well because of the way the Nintendo DS screens work. It has the NES, and I have 10 NES games, including Super Mario Bros. World. So that's a ton of fun. Yeah, so many cool things. Sorry, I thought there was a game on here that I tried to put on here, but it's not. So Super Mario World. So you load it up, and it saves right where you're at. Here, listen to this. I don't know if you can hear that. That classic. Oh my goodness. Even the... Let's see if it'll do it. Hold on. Oh my goodness. That nostalgia. The other cool thing is, so if I hit this middle button, I installed Onion OS which is a different operating system. But then I can switch between these games. So here I'm playing Gran Turismo. I have an Aladdin game. This one's super nostalgic for me. I remember playing that with my mom as a kid. I have Fire Emblem, Pokemon Blue version I have loaded up, Hit the Ice. Some of them, this is another Super Mario Land, Mega Man, just some different games that I've been playing. And this, dude, this one, oh, NHL hockey. Oh my God. Anyways, I could talk about all the different things that I do on this. It's a blast. It has a PlayStation. I have Final Fantasy Origins, Tactics, Gran Turismo, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on there. And then it has the SNES. So on there I have really American Tail. I play Aladdin. I play on that one. And then Hit the Ice. I've tried, but I haven't hit really hard. But man, the Sega Genesis has a ton of really cool games on it. So I got this just for the pure nostalgia of playing retro games and trying to remember what it felt like to enjoy that. And so I bought this. I bought it in the purple colorway. I'm actually really excited that I got this. It has come in huge handy sitting in like this hotel room just to have a little thing to jump on real quick and play. So that's everything that I carry in my backpack on a day-to-day basis. Now I want to do a video while I'm here that shows some of the stuff that I brought with me because I'm a week in a hotel. And I spent a day in a hotel and ended up shaving my face real short. I didn't want to be bored. So I brought some stuff extra, and that will be in a different video. The things that I brought to make this feel comfortable and at home. I hope you enjoyed the video. More importantly than the gadgets that we carry, I know this is a video. I'm looking over here at the phone, and it's like a 26-minute video. Hey, I'm curious. What do you carry every day in a bag? Like, what is something that you have to have? If I look at all these items that I have slimmed down a lot over the years. If I had one thing, and I know what you're about to say when I say this, the one thing that I would carry every day is this. If I had to pick and carry one item, it would be my Bible. Now, there's a couple reasons for that, and we'll talk about the Bibles that I really use, and I have been using in 2025 so far, and since the middle of 2024, really. The reason it would be this is because the most important thing that we have is our relationship with Christ. My walk with God is the most important thing to me. And I'm hoping that as we continue down this journey together, thank you so much for all your support, that becomes the most important thing. Our relationship with God and His Word is that. So first thing before you worry about carrying a Bible and digging into the Word is, have you accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior? Have you believed in your heart that God raised Him from the dead and confessed with your mouth and acknowledge His Lordship? Because Jesus is Lord. He is the Lord of Lords. He is the Prince of Peace. He is King of Kings. He is everything to us. So if you haven't done that and you're curious about that, please drop a comment. Why do you carry a bag? Do you carry a bag? Do you think carrying a bag with